Hello, guys.
Hey everyone.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining.
Let me go over, hold on real quick before we start. I
All
want to go
right.
live over here on the Instagram.
Yes, and while we're getting this set up, guys, if you don't already, subscribe to our channel. Please do. Helps us, and it helps you, right?
Yeah, love
See
to
more
stay
of
in touch.
Our
Up to date.
our content.
Content.
Like, subscribe,
Comment.
comment, all of it, right? So it really does help us, and we love your feedback.
Yeah, absolutely.
It helps us, and lets us know like what we're doing is working, and we love suggestions.
Yeah, and if you're watching live, you can type in. We'll see your comments here live and answer most of them if they pertain to the topic. And if not, you can always email us. We're happy to get back to you on any questions you might have.
Right.
But today's topic is what?
Well, today, nourish your heart from the inside out.
Boom.
Right. So, organic super reds. This is one of the second product we launched. Do you remember?
Early. It was an early launch.
Right. So this was one of the very beginnings. This guy has stood the test of our time.
It has.
Our organic super reds is amazing. So,
Top seller.
Top seller, 100%. So we love to just bring it back and talk about it, and maybe like hit different angles that might help you guys learn a little bit more or understand,
Sure.
why it's here, why it's a big part of our, Live Good supplement line.
I have something unique to talk about today too, so that's good.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I mean, not, something different. Something different.
All right. Good stuff. All right. So think about it. If your blood isn't flowing, your body isn't growing. Okay. So blood flow, circulation, that's the gold standard of our health. Like it helps when you talk about, it's not just heart, right? It's brain, it's sexual health, it's detox pathways.
Sure.
Anything that we have going on requires proper circulation, right? So we need to keep that flowing. And I want you to think about this really as a strong, like preventative nature. Like,
sure.
Like we need to be taking this every day so our blood flow is flowing at its full potential. So we don't have stiffening of arteries and all this stuff that like comes with
Arterial stiffness. That's it.
Yeah. So again, every cell in your body depends on circulation. Right?
I would say so.
Every cell in your body, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
When blood is flowing, you get your oxygen, your nutrients.
Yeah.
Everything is delivering to it.
Of
So,
course.
lack of blood flow. You could have that fatigue, brain fog, cold hands and feet. Certain little things like that are just small little, like I said, red flags. Right?
Sure.
Little
Sure.
itty bitty warning signs. Poor recovery. If you're not recovering properly. These can all be signs of like poor circulation. This is not just like when we talk about the more serious and damaging ones, like arterial stiffness, heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, like all of this stuff. I want you to think about the little things too, our little red flags, because those little red flags are doing something that lead to the big thing. So we need to pay attention.
And the big thing would be, heart disease is the number one killer. So stroke and heart attack, which, again, that's the extreme starvation of blood where it becomes ischemic. And, so if you have an ischemic event, you've now starved that tissue of blood and it can become infarct tissue, which is just now dead tissue.
Right.
That's where parts of the brain can be damaged.
Right.
Parts of the heart can be damaged, of course.
And, I do see there's been this trend going on. I don't know if some of you guys have seen it, but on like social media where they take like a health guru or someone and they like rate certain supplements. Like say they would say magnesium, rate of 1 through 10, like how necessary it is. And I do feel like for some reason, some of the reds and greens, those type of powders are on the lower end. And I feel like 100% these are because they think that you should be getting these foods from your diet, right? And we always recommend that, right?
Sure.
We don't say, don't eat a salad, drink, whatever, super reds, super greens, whatever it is. But the ingredients in here, excuse me, when we go through some of them, especially like some major key players they're extremely, I don't even know if it's extremely hard to source, but like you can't source them from your local grocery store, right? They have to come in some type of powder form. You can't just go and get these exotic berries. They're not native to our areas and all that. So it's hard to do that. It's hard to get the right amount in the right variety of things that you need to actually make a difference, right? To have a therapeutic benefit. So just eating a little bit of fruit and vegetable every day is great. It's wonderful. Don't stop, but it's not going to move that needle. It's not really going to do what we need it to do. That's why we really encourage supplementation of super reds every day.
Right? Agreed. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And recently we did do a topic all on nitric oxide. So like we'll touch on it, but like if you guys really want to understand it, it's not that far back.
No, 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
5 weeks max.
Five weeks ago. So we really talked about
Sexual health, right? We did sexual health.
actually that's true. Yes,
Yeah.
they had a lot to do with sexual health, but how same type of pathways, guys.
Yeah.
We were just highlighting a system, but healthy super reds helps the healthy circulation that helps enhance the nitric oxide production in our body, supporting longevity, supporting it all, long-term vitality, health, all of it. So yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, I have here, I kind of went into it though, but why reds matter?
Yeah,
Right?
sure.
And it's to support the vascular system. Healthy vessels, health equals healthy brain, healthy heart, healthy metabolism.
Sure. Healthy organs, healthy
hormones,
rest of your skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
course.
it's all combined. So even though, like, say, you read things on here, oh, cardiovascular health, sexual health, you don't, it doesn't have it all, but the biggest thing is here promotes healthy circulation. That to me on our label is the number one thing because that is everything. Healthy circulation is everything. So let's go into, before we like highlight some specific ingredients, like what makes Live Good or Live Good's Organic Super Reds unique? What makes it stand out?
Yeah, I mean, number one, the amount of ingredients. Number two, the weight, the dosing.
Right. Dosing.
Yeah,
Dosing. We talk about dosing a lot.
Transparency.
Right.
Testing. So glyphosate testing is performed. ORAC testing, which I'm going to dig into. That's my surprise topic. Sustainable sourcing. So it's like, of course, we always promote, like locally sourced, farm to table. Get the fruits and the veggies fresh as possible, where they have the most phytonutrients, the most nutrient dense.
Right.
But second to that, if you can't source it locally, the best thing to do is by economies of scale with the powders is source those fruits and vegetables that are certified organic from other locales.
Right.
And there's better than shipping like, unripened tomatoes across the country from Mexico or watermelon, whatever, you get the point.
Right. And you can't really do that when they're not treated with pesticides. They won't survive it.
They won't survive it. True organic fruits and don't do well in transit because you pick them near ripeness.
Right. And they have to be eaten quickly.
They have to be eaten quickly,
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Right. So we think, okay, obviously we do have organic, but organic isn't the gold standard for it all, right? You have to go above and beyond.
You do.
That's why we have further testing.
You do.
Especially with your glyphosate testing, just certain things, your heavy metals and all that. But guys, I mean, it's non-GMO, as is all of our products. But I mean, there's no added sugar, there's no synthetic colors or flavors. And if you take something, we all have very different taste buds, right? And you might just taste it and it's not sweet enough for me, or that maybe your taste buds are used to it. But I mean, guys, you have to understand this is what's in it is what's in it. It's the natural raw form of the ingredients. We didn't add anything to enhance any flavors. As Dr. Ryan said, full dose, so like high enough dose to have a therapeutic benefit, full transparency. Every single ingredient, and like you said, there's a lot, is listed on the label with the amount of each ingredient, right? That is so important and so crucial to know. And I can't understand why, well, I guess I can, because that probably means they're hiding something, but I was going to say, I can't understand why other companies don't just list it all, but truth be told, they're probably not putting high enough doses of something in there. You're just kind of putting a sprinkle of it to get it on the label. So very important to have that. So if you have another product out there, just look at the back. Look and see if it's like, if there's a proprietary blend with all these ingredients and no amounts besides the one major big lump sum. Red flag, different kind of red flag.
Yeah, of course. Of course, yeah. Yeah.
What else were we saying? Okay, let's talk about, I have a few of our ingredients highlighted here.
Yeah, bring up a few.
I like to choose the ones that that I would never find in a grocery store, at least, or a little market. I've never seen these, but I mean, let's just start with the maki berry. And you want to talk about this with the ORAC score, because I think this one's like super high. Super high, it is. Yeah, so we have the maki berry. It's actually the highest known antioxidant ORAC score. Did you know that?
What does it say? Does it say the score?
Greater than 25,000.
Okay.
That's what it says.
Does it say probably per 100 grams?
Yes.
Where does it say?
Right here.
Yeah, so micromole per 100 grams. Okay. Perfect.
Right. So the highest known. I mean, that's, it's super important. So great, we have it in there. Rich, and I didn't even know what this word was, but delphinidins. You're rich in delphinidins that protect blood vessel linings and inhibit LDL oxidation. Right? So, I mean,
that would be one of the phytonutrients or so the active constituent of that plant. I mean, again, there's 25,000 plus chemicals in the food supply naturally occurring.
And can I just say this? This is what, when I was doing the research, when it talks about like a basic therapeutic dose, 100 to 200 milligrams per day to support endothelial repair and anti-inflammatory response, because we have 270. Okay, so like this is again why we want to highlight things like you don't just want a sprinkle of something. You want to take something in a high enough dose that's going to do something for you. Otherwise, what are you doing? What are you doing? So that's maki berry. I'm just going to do the three I have. You probably have more. You might even have stuff to add to this. But the aronia berry. I know you probably have a lot to say about this because your sourcing of it was very specific. But exceptionally high in polyphenols and proanthocyanins.
Anthocyanins, yep.
That boost nitric oxide synthase, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your
the aronia? The aronia, which is cool. It's the only dedicated domestic source of aronia. It's USA certified organic, obviously. And it's a dedicated farm, so it's the only thing they do. And, you know, that's kind of cool. It's a family farm in the Midwest that just does aronia berry.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is great.
It's nice. Yeah.
Therapeutic dose, 150 to 300 milligrams a day. We have 400. So 400 or 450. Like, so just proving 400. So I'm just saying, like, each of these ingredients is above and beyond to move that needle, right? Big difference. So the therapeutic dose to help blood pressure regulation and insulin sensitivity. You know, again, there's so many things. If you have high blood pressure and you're insulin resistant, or, you know, diabetic, struggle with pre-diabetes, which is also very common if you've ever been told you have that. I mean, it takes so much to help those medical conditions, so much. And I want you to really, really think about Super Reds as one of those tools, right? You have to think of, I guess when I say it takes so much, it takes a lot of tools in your tool belt to help, especially if you get to that spot, but it's not, you know, it's not the end all. Those things can be reversed, and that's all with lifestyle stuff. Tools in your tool belt, Super Reds is a major one. It also has aronia berry prebiotic benefits because it feeds healthy gut flora. Another pathway to vascular wellness. Right, so just simple little tidbits. And then our hawthorn berry, time-honored heart tonic, supporting mild hypertension and rhythm balance, which was great to hear about, like, you know, the rhythm, because I know a lot of times I do get emails about
AFib and
certain heart rhythms, or arrhythmia, should I say, that are going on. So it's nice to know that, you know, these little things can be very beneficial. Enhances vasodilation, we talk about a lot, which is
the opening of the arteries or vessels,
right. While gently strengthening cardiac muscle and calming the nervous system. It's actually also referred to as the heart adaptogen. Yeah.
Never heard of that.
That was cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, while we just touched into vasodilation, that is a major player in this.
It's
the relaxing and widening of blood vessels, right? So you think if you want your blood to be moving how it should be, flowing through your blood vessels, you need to have them wide and relaxed. You don't want stiff and narrow, right? That's when the blood pressure gets high, and that's also where then if you have high cholesterol and things get stuck in there, they block things, there's stroke, right? Just cascade of events. So, I mean, vasodilation is a very big deal. Okay, so there's a few honorable mentions here, right? Pomegranate extract, beetroot, grapeseed, elderberry, acai, like so many. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what any dietitian, nutritionist, they're going to talk to you, and they're going to want you to load up your diet with these plant-based foods because, and you can get them from meats. Don't get me wrong. You know, we'll talk. We enjoy meat too, but you can get your phytonutrients from meat. But really, the density of them is much greater in certain plants and fruits and vegetables. So, you know, they're always going to recommend it because that's what they're trying to do is help you get more antioxidants because that's what will neutralize a lot of the free radicals. And so when we talk about oxidative stress and the body's inflammatory process and, you know, how the danger of this low-grade chronic inflammation where there's a lot of oxidative stress, those are typically caused by like reactive oxygen species. They call them ROS, reactive oxygen species. Those get created naturally, you know, like just from exercise even, but like you do want to still neutralize them, but it's the surplus or just the excessive amount of ROS that we get, and that can come from things like just inadequate sleep. It can come from stressful work, stressful life. It can come from smoke, noxious chemicals, contaminants, bad food, ultra processed food. So these are part of the issue. Whereas, like, again, I said 25,000 plus chemicals are in our natural chemicals are in our food supply. There's almost over 10,000 man-made synthetic, 10,000 chemicals added to our food supply, which is an incredibly high number. That's just a lot. So those are the types of things that will trigger the body to be in an inflammatory state. And that's why most people say if you go towards the natural foods and stay away from the ultra processed foods, just think about the difference that you would have. You're going to have calorie rich in these ultra processed foods. Lots of calories, but very few nutrients, low nutrient density. So you're not going to have the phytonutrients, but you're going to have all those man-made synthetic compounds, and they're going to drive oxidative stress. Whereas if you're eating more of the natural plants, compounds, foods and stuff, you would have maybe less calories, but definitely higher nutrient density. And so then you'd have all of that excess in antioxidants to neutralize those free radicals. Right. And that's really the basis of what they tried to do with the ORAC scoring. So ORAC is a way to measure the oxygen reactive absorbance capacity. So basically just saying what's the potential to neutralize free radicals in a plant or food. And so I think the USDA used to do it. They stopped doing it in 2012, but you could still get the test done. But remember, when you look at testing in numbers, like she had a test number there for the maqui berry, they range, because if they're testing it based on weight and they're doing it with a dried food versus a wet food, there's going to be a difference, like a raisin versus a grape. Sure. Same antioxidants, but there's going to have a higher score on the raisin because the water content has been removed. Right. So you got to be careful with what you're looking at. And then the weight that they're measuring. For instance, are they measuring per 100 grams or are they measuring per gram? So that 25,000 score, greater than 25,000 from a maqui berry, is based on 100 grams. If you look at other scoring, like just online, you'll see it based on just a gram. So if you go to our website and go down to certificate of analysis and look at the bottom of the screen, you'll go down and you'll see Super Reds and you'll pull up the ORAC scoring. And I think it's in the 600s or so, but that's per gram.
Gotcha. Right.
Per gram. So
detail matters.
100 grams, right, is times 100. So if you times that by 100, you're close to 67,000, and so that's a great, it's a great score. Now, is it perfect? No, it's not perfect, but the selection of ingredients here was done really based on high antioxidant potential to neutralize these free radicals. So there is such a large amount of benefit per serving, where it's 8 grams per serving. So, you mix one scoop in a drink. I think it's very, very tasty. Right, very, very palatable. They don't have a lot of the junk things that you have to add to these drinks, like solubilizers and different things to keep the product in suspension. So it will settle. Like, you'll see that it is an actual plant powder. It's like it will settle to the bottom, which I like to see that. I like to see that I'm drinking real fruits and vegetables. Right. But
keep stirring.
So nonetheless, that is kind of the idea behind the ORAC scoring and how important it is to choose a high quality supplement. I think that covers my piece on that.
Right. Definitely. Good tidbit of information. So, I want you to think too, like, of what Super Reds does. It really supports the root cause of chronic disease, right? So these are supporting supplements. The inflammation and the reduced blood flow, it's major. Like, sure. Really, like when you say it, like functional medicine always looks for the root cause, right? And this tends to be, this is the root cause of all modern disease. Improves our mitochondrial efficiency. Support, we talked about skin, microcirculation, right? So sometimes we get these skin issues, and again, circulation is going everywhere. So I want you to connect all the dots. And as you were saying, it's super easy to use. You just put 1 scoop in water. You can put it with anything else too. You can put it in your smoothie. You can mix it with our collagen peptides. You can put mix it however you want to mix it. Anything you want with our essential aminos. I like to mix the powders just because I take them all. So drinking a glass of it. Yeah, convenience for sure. Great in the morning, before activity, but it really
definitely good before exercise. Yeah, it can help with exercise.
Taken any time of day,
and it's preventive. So if you have heart issues or don't have heart issues, doesn't matter. You use this because, again, remember what I just told you on the antioxidant capacity. So that's the whole idea.
And two, I know there's some out there that can't have caffeine, can't tolerate caffeine, don't like caffeine. This is just a great natural boost. That obviously no caffeine, no stimulant, anything like that. So it's always good for, I have a friend that just doesn't do caffeine at all. And, she uses our Super Reds as her pre-workout. So, wonderful thing. And not to mention, you'll see these red powders. I want to do a quick glance, compare. It's about looking at the list of the ingredients. Do they give the amounts?
Sure.
The testing is huge. So like we said, this is our organic, but we go further, do further testing, which is all on our website. The price, typically you'll see some of these red powders going for $60, and it's a 30-day supply. We want you to take this stuff every day, right? We need to support our body. $18.95 for members. That's great. That's 30 servings, right? Really 30 servings. And personally, we choose to give this to our kids as well. It's whole food ingredients.
Yeah.
Just even maybe like half the dose. But always discuss with the child's pediatrician. But again, our kids are not eating. We eat 10 times better than our kids do. We try, but you can't force feed your children what they won't eat.
That's right.
But they will, drink the Super Reds because it's great. It's a nice, refreshing flavor.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So basically, in a nutshell, your heart never stops working.
Yeah, never.
So don't stop working for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like once you stop,
please.
the opposite happens.
Yeah. Cool.
What else?
No, that's it. I feel like we covered it all.
Yeah.
What we were looking to do today. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, I know many
It's a
of you
little
that have
different
been with
twist
us
on
for, that have been with us for a while. Most of you are taking Super Reds.
Yeah, it's a top seller.
It is.
Yeah,
And I
it's one of our-
want to
definitely
keep
our
encouraging
best sellers.
you to take this daily. You've got to support your system. This is not like to take once a week and hope it does what it's supposed to do. These are not medications. These are supplements to also a healthy, balanced diet. So eat well, move your body.
Yeah, of course.
Do your part.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think we're done here
I
then.
think that was it.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next time.
Were there any questions?
No. Oh, yeah. Well, I went through a few. I covered them just in context because I said the preventive thing. Somebody asked if I don't have heart disease, can I still take it? Some of the question about mixing them. You covered the mixing thing. Yeah, it's just a lot of great comments. Just saying we love it. We love the product.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate your support. And keep up the great work.
All right, guys.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.